What's going on, guys? Love out to everybody. Quick prediction here, guys. Breakdown. Contender Series, Week 2. Before I get started though, guys, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for my facial prediction and prop plays. And yeah, hit the thumbs up button, guys, so these videos get out, okay? 5 fights like usual, Contender Series. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. This particular Contender Series, some fights are kind of iffy, but I'll let you know. We'll take a look at the odds. I will break it down and let you know why, to be careful with this particular fight, on this card here, I'll give you the reasons why you should be. Okay. First fight here, we got Billy Brad and Cody Haddon. Billy Brad here, he actually fought Peyton Talbot way back there, 2022. But this guy's a slugger though. Billy's a slugger. Can take it kind of sloppy at times. Let me see here. He will go for the takedowns. He's actually a durable guy, but he gets hit with a lot of shots coming forward. Doesn't really move his head as well. We look for the takedowns, but he's a dog though, man. But what I see from Cody though, man, Cody, in my opinion, is more of a seasoned fighter. I feel like he's more skilled. Works in combinations. We work the head, we go to the body. His chin can be kind of high at times, but I think he should be okay in this fight. I believe he has a reach and height in this fight. I feel like he's just scrappy, and he would look for takedown, just scrambling is good. Kind of remind me of Ian Gary, kind of, that the way how he fights. I just feel like he's a more skilled guy here, man. In my opinion. He's like more fine-tuned. I'm gonna go with Cody here. I'm gonna say Cody for the win here, guys. I'm gonna say Cody by KOTQ in the third round, guys. But I'm still 50-50 on this fight, though. A lot of these guys here, man, some of these fights are not much footages on these guys, and they're trying to get to the UFC, so anything can happen, man. The guy could look good, and he comes in here and loses. But I'm gonna go with Cody here, guys. I'm gonna say Cody, like I said, by KOTQ in that third round. All right. Next fight, we got Cam Rodson versus Torrez Finney. Cam here gonna have the 6 inch of height, 3 inch of reach, which is massive. He will more like walk you down. Well, yeah, he walk you down and get in the clinch. Can I remember for Stefan Struve, land knees, elbows, kind of slow at the movement, but he looked for the submission though. I mean, that's what he really wants most of the times, a sub, especially off his back. He will fight long at time, but that chin is high up, man. That chin is very high, and he's slow at the movement. Like I said, he reminds me of a Stefan Struve, if you guys know who that is. A lot of people may not know who Stefan Struve is. It depends, some of these, guys nowadays, sometimes they don't go way back. I go way back to the UFC from when it just started in 1993, when it was on VHS cassette, and it was only on pay-per-view. That is when I started to watch the sport. Also, back in the 80s, I watched a lot of kickboxing and boxing back in the 80s. Have a lot of knowledge about the combat sport. So, I've been doing this for a long time. But he kind of reminded me of Stefan Struve a little bit. Hittable, man, and you touch him, he can go down. His opponent here, this is the wrong guy here I'm looking at. I'm wondering why. He lost one by knockout. He has 4 by KO and 4 by submission. He will get the submission on you though. You gotta be careful, especially off his back. His opponent here, Torres. Torres was in the UFC back in 2023. He actually had a win by a submission, but Dana White didn't take him though. I guess he was saying something like, if you give him to those guys that might at 185, those guys will probably stand up wise. Will probably finish him but knock him out, which make kind of sense, because Torres stand up the time when he was in Contender Series just didn't look too well. He was getting hurt in that fight too, getting wobbled, but he pulled up the submission though. But this guy is very athletic though, beast mode, man. Aggressive, likes to pick you up and slam you, has a wrestling base. I can't remember Kevin Randle, man. Very, very elusive, aggressive. 6-bar knockout. Let me see here. And his gas tank doesn't look bad. You know, he has like a 3rd round finish, a 2nd round finish, and I believe he went to a decision too. So I mean, this guy can go long rounds, and you know, all 3 rounds if needed. You know, has one by decision. But Torres should win this, man. 2nd time, he won the 1st time. I must say Torres by KOTQ in the 1st round, and I give Torres 60%. I gave Cameron 40. And yeah, so that's it right there. Next fight here, guys. I'm going to go through this real quick. Next fight here, we got Cortovos Ramos versus Michael Importo. This is Cortovos' 2nd time in the Contender Series, though. 1st time he got knocked out, though. Which by lost to Ramon. You know, with a left hook. With Cortovos here, man, he's very, very aggressive dude, man. Wild dude with his hands, man, coming there swinging. He has power, and I think he has 2 by knuckle, but his ground game is not bad. So he will submit you from off his back. He's get wild at time with the hands and try to take your head off. This fight here, I'll be careful with this one though. He has 2 by knockout and 5 by submissions. His opponent here, Michael, is known for submitting. He has all submissions, 9. That's it. He has no knockout, just 9 by submission, which is majority of his fight. 3 by decision. His striking though is very suspect though. This guy can get hurt. He's very hittable, especially after the 1st round. When he starts to slow in the beginning of the 1st round, swinging wild, coming in, but then when he slows down, he gets really sloppy. Chin is up. He reaches out with his hands, which he shouldn't do that, because when you're reaching, the guy can counter over because you're stretching your hands out to like kind of grab, but you're leaving your chin exposed, right? Yeah, this fight here, I'll be careful with this one, guys. I'm not sure about this fight. This is 50-50. I'm going to go to Cortovos by KOTQ in the 1st round, 50-50, but it can be an upset. I'm liking Cortovos, but it can be an upset because Michael, his submission game is not bad. Even though Cortovos has never been submitted, only been knocked out, but even Cortovos striking in the 1st round doesn't look too bad, but it does decline. It gets sloppy, right? So I'll be careful with this one, man. You know, I'm not sure because I feel Michael could win it. Okay, so but I'm gonna go Cortovos KOTQ in the 1st round, guys. All right. Next fight here, guys. So that's the first upset here, guys, is this fight here. I feel that Michael could actually win. I have Cortovos, but I feel Michael could actually win, all right? Next fight here, we have Rizvan Kuna versus Hugo Kuna. I don't know. This is Rizvan. There's a couple guys here making their 2nd time here in Contender Series. This is Rizvan's 2nd fight too in the Contender Series. 1st time he had he finished the fight by ground and pound in the 3rd round, but Dana White didn't like him, I guess. I don't know. But this guy, man, you know, against Renan in the PFL, you know, it was a non-contest for, you know, juicing, like what they claim that he was juicing, right? He had steroids in his system, positive for anabolic steroids, he had a couple of different things in his system here, which is a lot. Yeah, what was that? 4 different types, you know. So this guy has probably been juicing all his life, probably. So with things like this, what I see from him against Renan, you know, the guy don't look bad. You know, have a Sando background. You know, his striking good, his takedown, his wrestling is not bad. His counter striking, his defense, his takedown defense is not bad. But the guy is juicing. The guy's on steroids, so you don't know what he's going to look like now. You know, is he going to be on steroids for this fight? You know, maybe, I don't know. It's a possibility, which, like I mentioned to you, a lot of the guys in the sport, and any kind of sport, mainstream, a lot of those guys are on steroids. They just cycle off of it, right? But this guy trains at ATT, you know, so American Top Team. You know, this is a tough one, man. This is the next one here. I'll be careful with it because the fact that this guy is juicing. He's on all type of different roids, or 4 different types, so you don't know what to expect. If he's not on it, what is he going to look like? You know what I'm saying? Hugo, on the other hand, Hugo is more of a guy that wants to take you down, but he will let the hands go, but he will look to wrestle you. And I believe he has submissions, or he will look for the BJJ to let more grapple. But I feel Rizvan should be okay in this fight because he has a Sando. And a lot of these guys from Sando, from Wushu, you know, they have the ground game, you know, the ground defense, wrestling, the Sambo, right? 4 by submission, 4 by knockout, mostly ground and pound in a kind of way. But a lot of times he will shell up, just eat a lot of shots on the elbows, you know, and then he will look to take you down. But I'm going to go with Rizvan here. I'm going to say Rizvan by KOTQ in the second round, but 50-50. And from the fact that I mentioned is that, you know, this guy was on all type of roids, and he hasn't fought since 2023. All type of different roids he's on. This guy ain't fight since 2023 either. Last time he fought. And with Rizvan here, you know, he's on the juice. You know, what happened if he's not on it? Or most likely he's probably on it and he cycle off. So he probably should, you know, I guess you're going to be okay, I guess. But don't do steroids, guys. You know, keep it natural, man. You know, that destroys your health, mess up your heart, mess up your liver, your kidney, them. Mess up the brain, man. That's unnatural things. You don't need that, you know. Like I said, a lot of these guys for the sport, they have a lot of injuries, and they heal quickly when sometimes they use the roids. And, you know, give them extra, I guess, ability. They feel more confident when they go into the fight. 100% finishing rate. He has 9 by KOTQ. There's something in me, man. And you know, we have that feeling, you know, when you have that feeling, man, you know, you feel it down in your gut, that gut feeling, that's the one that you always go with, the inner, right? This guy's 35 years old, and I believe he was found on Dana White Looking for a Fight, right? So he was found on that show. And you know, I usually say he won't pick guys that are old or whatever by age. But this guy, he doesn't look bad. He works in the clinch, knees, elbows. He took up boxing. His hands are not bad. He punching combination, works the body, works the head. His kickboxing is Muay Thai, not bad. Andreas, on the other hand, is just more of a freaking dog, man. This guy is a banger, man. Will freaking take a licking and keep on ticking and get hit in the face at 100 times and keep coming forward. He sheer hits to the face. Use his head as a defense. Take a lot of damage, man. Especially in this fight here against, I forgot which one. I think it was against Tony. Was it Tony? Yeah, took a lot of damage in that fight, bro. Bad. Like, you know, like I said, man, health is a wealth. You want to avoid taking hits like that because it damage you long term. You know, this is a game. You know, it's an illusion. It's a sport, man. You know, your whole life ahead of you. You know, your whole energy ahead of you. Get hit in the head like that, you get CTE, brain damage, trauma, a lot of trauma to the head. You're not supposed to get hit in the head like that, man. So you want to avoid doing the damage, you know, by moving your foot, moving your head off center line, keeping your hand up. If you drop your hand, at least you move your legs, you know. I'm liking Andreas here. He has a wrestling, but just more because of the dog in him, and he's not going to stop. He can take a beating. But the thing about this fight is I do feel like Pat could pull off a win here, guys. And this one is one of the main ones that you'd be very careful with. I do feel like Pat could win, but it's just, yeah, man, the wrestling from Gustafsson doesn't look bad. The Greco-Roman doesn't look bad, and he's just a dog in the clinch. He pins onto you, uppercut, just dirty boxing. He's a dirty fighter, you know. And he has the skills. I'm not saying that he's not skilled, but he does take damage, you know. And I don't know if Pat can, you know, is willing to go hand with that, you know, for that, you know, to go share punches at that. Because Pat, I believe he was saying that obviously he doesn't want to do that, which he shouldn't. You know, he's more smarter fighter. You know, do the hitting and avoid taking the hits. But again, it's a fight where I feel like Pat could win, man. Pat could actually knock out, you know, Gustafsson. Strong possibility. You know what I mean? So this fight here, I may make changes. We'll have to watch the face-offs. I'm going to put it on my Patreon account. This one here I'll be very careful with. I do feel like Pat could win, but I'm going Andreas because of what I said, because of the ground. I feel like he could get Pat down, and also the grindiness of like the dog of keep coming forward and be able to can take damage, and then also deliver damage. So yeah, I'm gonna go Andreas KO TQ in the second round, guys. But be careful with this one. Quick look at the odds here, guys, that we're working with. Let's see here, crazy odds. Let's see what we're working with here. Let's go into this real quick here, guys. Cody is 192, Billy plus 160. You know, yeah, I mean, I feel Cody is a better fighter, man. He's a seasoned guy. He just seems more well-rounded, more technical. I mean, his punches, everything seems more technical. His ground game. I feel with Billy, he's there to get hit, and Billy makes a lot of mistakes, a lot of holes, you know. So yeah, I don't really see nothing wrong with this too much, but still be careful. Kortovos and Michael. Kortovos is 270. Now be careful with this one, man. I do feel like Kortovos can win this fight. His second time coming off a loss, and usually the guys I'm coming the second time they usually win if they're coming off a loss. But the odds on him is kind of high. I wouldn't have it so high. I would have this fight close to even. I would have Kortovos still favorite, but very close to even, because Michael, it's not bad, man, especially on the ground. So I'd be odds like this. I'd be very, very careful. Okay. So like I said, when I said that, you could go dog, you can go under. If you're doing parlay, you can go Cody, and you can go Michael. So like I said, I picked the guy based on who I feel is going to win, but I don't mean that he's going to win though, because anything is possible. So be careful, okay? Hugo and QNIF. QNIF is 500. This is the next one here, steroids. You know, you don't know what the guy going to look like. If he's on it still, I don't know. Looks like he's training at ATT. So the odds on him is kind of high. But he, overall, from what I see, he's a skilled fighter though. So still be careful. Pat and Andreas. Andreas is 250. Ah, man. Yeah, man. This is the one I mentioned to you for the main fight. Pat could win, man. Be careful. Like I said, the guy, hands are not bad. He's 35 years old, age is a number. Doesn't look bad, but with Andreas has a dog in him, and he's durable, come forward guy, gritty, has the Greco-Roman wrestling, but still, man, this is one of the ones that most likely could be an upset, and Pat wins. Okay, Torres and Cam. I'm liking Torres for this one. I just feel like Cam is hittable, and Torres can pretty much walk through him, but also Cam has submissions off his back, so Torres has to be careful with that. But I'm liking Torres though. The fights that I would be very careful with, the ones that you should be very, very, very careful with, I'm going to give it to you here, is the Andreas and Pat. I feel Pat could win. Be very, very careful. This is number one, right? Second one is Kortovos and Michael. That's the second one. So Kortovos and Michael and Andreas and Pat are the two fights that could be dog. So be careful. I do believe that Rizvan should win. You know, he should be able to win that fight. But that would be my third one. The two that I'm just should be very careful with, because it could be an upset. Like, you know, it's a strong possibility. It's Andreas, Pat, and Kortovos and Michael. Those are the two right there. Third one would be the Rizvan and Hugo, but that's based more off of steroid usage, and the guy is juicing. So, but skill-wise, Rizvan looks good. All right, so that's about it right there, guys. Don't forget to check out the Patreon account. I'm gonna leave the face-offs on there, and which I may make changes based on what I see in the face-offs. And hit the thumbs up button to this video get out. And one love to everybody, man. All right, I'm gonna be working on the UFC for tomorrow. I may put it out by tomorrow. It's only 10 fights, so do that real quick. And yeah, so that's it right there, guys. One love and us.